live stream on our YouTube channel. So yeah, we thought that we should do this after now we have finally a little bit time, since a few days ago we just had a Duke launch in Bangkok, so we took some days off with Meribi to recharge, since it was a long season, right? We work hard.
Yeah, that's right.
So Meribi gonna help me out to read your comments on the YouTube channel. So you always drop a lot of comments, so it's really hard to follow up. And yesterday I asked you to send me some questions on the DMs on my Instagram account. You can still do this. So since I'm gonna read my DMs on the Instagram and try to reply on your questions. So let's just start, and let's see the first question on my Instagram account, and that's from Afrit Ahmed 23. How about your what is your wait 1 second. The first question is Iman Gurung, which is your dream bike? Actually, I'm saving money for the whole year now, and I'm gonna buy for myself a 1290 Adventure R. And my favorite thing to do is when I have a free time from the bike, I still like to ride the bike, so I like to travel around. So this is gonna be my first ever road legal bike to travel around. So I'm gonna take Meribi for some trips.
Really?
So for sure. I cannot wait. So I didn't tell you that a lot about this bike, right?
You didn't even tell me about this trip. So
This trip. So I surprised Meribi, and I took her with me to help me out a little bit and to have some holidays. And yeah, so my dream bike is now the 1290 Adventure. So, and after this I will get myself a Harley Davidson Sportster 1200 just to cruise around. And then I want a motocross bike, a 450 or 350 SXF maybe. Or yeah, there is a lot of bikes I still want to have. So the next question is Dynamo. Did you give the Duke 125 to your girlfriend?
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you.
Still not, because I said 2,000 comments on my YouTube video about...
No. I think it was like 500.
No, it was 2,000.
No. It was 500.
It was 2,000 comments on our YouTube video, how I teach Meribi for the first baby steps to learn how to ride a bike. So I think I just checked, like before, we are on 700 comments. So around 1,300 we are still missing. So
Comment, people, comment.
If we get it, I'm gonna try to get, I'm not gonna try, but I will make sure she will have a 125 Duke. So yeah, go and hit the comment button extremely loud. So the next question is from Sono Stunter 0. Why you're not trying high tower on the KTM 690 Duke? That trick is now one of the hardest trick in stunt riding. And why I'm not trying it, since the 690 Duke is a really aggressive bike. It's not smooth. It's not really a smooth bike for stunt riding, so it's really hard to do those balance tricks. And it doesn't have the good idle, and it's quite hard to ride this bike in stunt riding. So this trick I'm not really focusing. I'm really rather focused on the plus points that this bike gives me. That means it's really light, so I can really turn and throw this bike around and do some good stoppies and kangaroo stoppies and I don't know what else. But this kind of balance and no-handed tricks is really hard on the 690 Duke. So Meribi, do we have some questions already on the YouTube?
Yeah, a lot of questions. So if I go to the start.
Okay.
Which bike to buy? The Duke, the RC, or the
Duke?
One?
So yeah, that's always a common question on my YouTube channel or my Instagram channel. It's a RC is more for racing, so your position on the body is more in the front, so it's quite kind of a speed bike. But both bikes are really good for corners. But the Duke is more for a city, I would say, more for the city. and going on the weekends in the mountains, and the RC is more of going on a smaller race circuit on the weekends, so it's a little bit different bike, so it's hard to choose, so you need to know what is for you better. So do we have another?
The next one maybe, Pan Studio 8 is asking how many bikes you've crashed so far.
How many bikes I crashed? If you think, like, I think he's asking how many bikes I destroyed. I crashed like 100 times per day when I practice, so for now I didn't destroy any bike, since my bikes are all protected with the crash cages, sub cages, and so on. So all the stunt bikes are protected, since we crash a lot and we don't want to destroy those bikes. So that's my answer on that question.
Here's another similar question. Have you ever broke your bones while stunt riding?
Bones not, but I injured my right cross ligament, and I had like 7 months rehabilitation, and it was the worst injury I ever had, but no broken bones for now. I'm gonna go check another question on my DM, since you're also DM me a lot now on Instagram. Cash IV tells you both look cute. Thank you guys. Did Mariby learn to ride the bike? So we're gonna say
no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
She, after we shoot the vlog, she came with me to the practice once more. She would do it more, but I didn't have time, and we needed to travel a lot, so
I actually injured my finger, so I couldn't drive, and then it was freezing.
Freezing cold. It's freezing cold back home. So you still have like motivation to learn?
Yeah,
so
but I'm waiting for the fluffy warm weather. So next year.
When the winter is over, she's gonna continue to practice with the bike. Okay, let's check another question. Mr. Motocross, I want stunt tutorials. Mr. Motocross, you're truly not watching our YouTube movies. We have a lot of stunt tutorials. Let's say we have now 3 how-to videos and more gonna come, so check our YouTube channel. Another question, are you a mechanic? From Aki2208. I'm not a mechanic. I never learned in the school to be a mechanic, but I learned learning by doing. So when I was younger, like 15 years old, I was repairing my scooters, and my father showed me some basic stuff. He had a lot of tools, but I learned, like, I repaired, and eventually it broke down because I was not a good mechanic, and I still continued to repair, so I was learning on my mistakes. So I'm still repairing my bikes, but not so much anymore, since I don't have a lot of time. I need to practice, I need to travel, I need to shoot the vlogs. I need to have time also for Mariby, also a personal life. It's important, but we don't have a lot of that, right? We live motorcycle 24/7, and it pays a toll on our private life, but luckily we like it.
Right?
It's worth it. So we can travel and we can see a lot of stuff and meet a lot cool persons. So I have 2 mechanics working for me in my moto garage, and they're tuning and repairing my bikes. And I try to do it also alone, so I can understand the technology behind it, and I can give a good feedback to my mechanics if I want something to improve, and so on. So if you don't know nothing about the technology, you cannot improve. So this is what I see also in Formula 1 riders. When I watch a Niki Lauda movie, he's like telling mechanics how they should build his Formula 1 and so on. So this was really an inspiration. I should push myself more to working again on the bikes. So okay, let's check another question.
I have another one. It's not really bike related, but it's so funny, I gotta read it.
Okay.
Do you smoke weed, and is she a stoner?
Is she a stoner?
I think it's the headband, right?
Probably.
It makes me look very Jamaican.
Yeah, she looks like a Jamaican girl. This is from who? Wiz Kelly, I see.
Wiz Khalifa, yeah.
Wiz Khalifa.
Got a name for it.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
I don't smoke weed. I think I tried it just once, I'm not so against it, but I never tried drugs in my life before. Just alcohol, time to time, and drink a beer just to relax with my friends. But yeah, I'm not really a drug-related fan, so no, I don't.
Adrenaline is your drug, right?
Adrenaline is my drug, exactly. So yeah, and Mariby is not a stoner. Just looks like that. This
I just look like one. So this headband is going into the waistband.
Waistband. Okay, so we're gonna need to change this one. Maybe a snapback cap. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be cooler. Okay.
Do we have another one? I'm gonna check my DM again. Okay, we have. Okay.
I have one. Can we stunt with the RC 390?
Yes, you can stunt with the RC 390. Basically, the RC bike is, for me, even cooler to stunt than the Duke, since it has a longer tank and better body position. So my opinion, the RC is a better stunt bike. Not a whole bunch of better, but a bit better. And yes, you can stunt with the RC 390, and yeah, you should put some protection stuff on it so you don't destroy it when you do some first small crashes.
The next one, do you like tacos?
I love tacos. It's my favorite food. Pizza and stuff and burgers is quite okay, but tacos, my favorite. Or what's the name of the rolling stuff that
I think that's a chimichanga.
Chimichanga?
Yeah. No.
No, the rolling, the
burrito.
wraps.
So
Burritos.
guys, you can tell us the difference between a burrito and a taco.
What's the difference between a burrito and taco? I love burritos, the wraps. Wow, this is my favorite. That's why I love to go to Latin America. When I go there, I eat everyday burritos. I have another question. How about your income, salary? So that's actually an interesting question. I'm not gonna say exactly how much I earn, since I don't wanna really talk about about the money. But one thing is sure, I started to live from my sport 5 years ago, and now I can pay the salaries for 2 mechanics. I can live from this sport. I can support my family. I can live my dream. So basically, I'm living a good life, and actually it's a
full-time job.
Full-time job.
Yeah.
It's a 24/7. There is no. Sometimes I'm spending until 2 in the morning to work on the computer after I'm doing the show, after I make the show, or after the practice. So Mariby is a lot of time angry on me. So since I'm always working, so it's not an easy job. It's really a tough job. And yeah, you need to always to stay on the top of the game, and yeah, that's the price for it.
Oh look, burritos and tacos are different because of the tortilla.
Tortilla, tortilla.
So it's in the wrapping, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have another question? Whoa, how much viewers we have? 59 watching now. Okay, guys, share the live stream as much as you can. We need to have more viewers. Share it on your Facebook and help us to get some more viewers.
Is the 125 great for stunting? We already had that one.
Yeah, 125 Duke is also good for stunt riding. For sure doesn't have the power as the 200 or the 390, but I begin with the 125, and if I need to choose the 125 or a 390, I would choose the 125 because it's more smooth, it's not so wild. Just you need to put a really big sprocket to make up with this loss of horsepower, because it has only 15 horsepower, but for the 125cc bike that's a lot.
We have another question.
Okay.
Is that a thing? Rob Loner asks you how can he increase his sharp cut? Is that a thing?
What's a sharp cut? Sorry guys, I don't know what's a sharp cut, so...
Maybe that's like a kangaroo flip thing?
No. Mary doesn't know really about a lot of moto stuff, so sometimes she's just asking me weird questions. But if she asks me about fashion, I know zero about fashion. I just like black jeans and my jeans jacket, and that's for me fashion. Rock and roll is for me fashion. Okay, another question. I'm gonna search on DM. You check on YouTube. Guys, hit me up on my Instagram account, Rok Bagoros, with some DM questions. Okay, another one. Is there any new KTM RC390 for 2018? I don't know. I was not really in the R&D at KTM headquarters for a long time now, more than 2 months, and I don't know. I don't remember. I saw something from the RC, but as usual, KTM is bringing every year something new out, and since the RC was for a long time no updates, I'm quite sure there are gonna be some cool updates in the next season.
We have another question. Which was your first bike?
My first bike?
Your first love, your first bike.
My first bike was a 50cc, a legendary brand from our country named is Tomos. And Tomos is a moped which actually every household has. It's like, it's like probably your brother also has it, right?
Yeah. Hi, bro.
Hi, bro. If you're watching, Tomas. So yeah, in Slovenia every house has a Tomos 50cc, and that was also my first moped, and I broke it like every second day, and my father was really angry.
But that's the great thing about this moped, because you could repair it like in a second.
That was easy to fix. But my father was always angry because he needed to fix it every second day. So yeah, but it was fun. It was the first steps into stunts. But those stunts were painful. Okay, the next one.
I've got one. How to increase the power of your bike?
Which bike? That's
you
another
have to be
question.
More specific.
You're more specific, because if it's a big bike, you have more options. If it's the 125, 200, 390 Duke RC, it's hard to increase the power on the bike. So let's say it like this: if you have a small CC bike, the first option is the exhaust. You will not gain a lot, but you will gain something. Then air filter, and if you can find some ECUs that you can tune the mapping. So that's it. On the small bikes you cannot do a lot, and you can play a bit with the sprockets. Bigger sprocket, better accelerations. Smaller sprocket, more top speed. And on the big bikes you can change the exhaust, mapping, ECU, and you can gain a lot more power than on the smaller bikes.
You know the question before, he was asking about the turn cut.
Yeah.
He's asking about the track racing turn cut.
Track racing turn cut, and what was the question there? How to increase?
Yeah.
How to make it sharper?
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm not a racer. I don't have a clue how to race with the bikes, so I cannot help you with it. I can help you a little bit about off-roading and stunts, but in the racing I have zero clues. Yeah.
We have a question. How can you start to stunt ride if you are from India?
Okay, I think I saw on Instagram also the same question. I would say like this: it doesn't matter where you come from. A lot of times I get a question: can you give me your bike? I'm poor, and so on. Guys, I'm also coming from a poor family, and I start from zero. I had nothing. I had like -€5 in my pocket. Sometimes I didn't have money for food, since I was spending it all for the fuel. So if you come from India or Cambodia or I don't know, Latin America, or I don't know, it can be USA, from a poor family, let's say from a poor surrounding. If you don't have money, if you don't have a bike, find a way to get the money, to earn the money and save it. I don't know how you will do it. You need to find it. If it would be so easy, everybody would be a professional rider. That's why there is not a lot of riders in the world. So you need to find a way and work hard. For sure it will not come in like few weeks, few months. It will come in few years. I needed to make this reality like 2-3 years. I was working, and then I was saving money, and then I bought myself a $500 scooter, and I repaired it for another 500. So it was really a broken down scooter, but I had finally a two-wheel machine that I could start to learn the basic tricks. So that's how you should start stunt riding.
Another one is, what do you think about the 1290 Super Duke?
1290 Super Duke. I drove it like 2 times now, and this bike looks like a beast. You think you cannot ride it, but it's so rideable, it's unbelievable. I feel like on a 390 it's really easy to ride, but when you open the throttle you feel the power behind it, and it has a lot of setups like rainy, then racing mode, then street mode, and the feel on the brakes and like position on riding is comfortable. And that's maybe a Super Duke. But yeah, it's really a good bike, and maybe that would be my next dream bike that I would like to buy. Marie, do we have another question?
Is the 790 a good upgrade from the 390?
Yes, it is. When the 790 is coming up, it will be a good step from the 390 to the bigger class. So it will be a good option to choose, since the 390 is also a strong bike and you can go really fast. So you need to learn all the basic stuff when you go fast. So yeah, it's a good jump from the 390 onto 790.
I saw one more. What do you think about two strokes? Is that a thing?
Two stroke, yeah, that's a thing. Two stroke is my trial bike that I'm riding around when I'm visiting you.
Oh, got it.
Maribi is living in a forest, so it's plenty of space to ride with a trial bike. So this is a two-stroke bike, and yes, I love two strokes. The sound and the smell, it reminds me on the old days when I was riding with a scooter. I still needed to mix the fuel with oil and so on. So yeah, I love two strokes.
Alberto is asking if you are doing some stunt classes, so maybe students will come to Slovenia.
Okay guys, I got a lot of questions about that. So after we finish this live stream, drop some comments below if I should do it and where you're coming from, since I'm thinking slowly to start my own Rokon Academy stunt school, and when I do a show in certain country, I'm gonna stay for a few days longer and have this academy. That's my thinking. So for now I didn't do it. I'm still not doing it. So since I don't have enough time, so we are vlogging and making shows, and that's it's taking most of the time. But maybe I'm gonna change my mind in the future. It depends on you guys. So drop some comments below. And
do you have any more on the DMs?
Let's check the DMs.
Any interesting questions there?
Oh, wow. Now is a lot of DMs. Okay. Before stunting with KTM, what bike brand did you use? I was starting on Yamaha's AirRace. That's a 50cc scooter back in Europe, and it's one of the most popular scooters. So this is a scooter I bought, and that was the brand that I started. Another question: what do you think about stunt riding on a two-stroke 125cc? Same like four-stroke, a little bit more twitchy on the gas, but still good. So it's a good bike to start stunt riding. I would say it's better to start on a clutch bike than on an automatic scooter, because then you already learn how to clutch up and use the foot brake already from the start on. Now I need to really learn a lot the foot braking, since I'm starting from the scooter, so there is no foot brake, so I'm really struggling with the foot brake skills. So now I need to catch up a little bit. So try to start with a clutch bike when you're beginning. How many bikes you have? I have a lot of bikes, right?
Like a million.
Like a million. But still not enough. I need to buy.
Still not a million. I think it's like what, 10, 15?
No, it's 9 bikes. All of them are stunt bikes. No, I'm lying. 7 of them are stunt bikes. 1 is a trial bike, and 1 is my old-timer scooter, Antonia, which you dropped. But you brought, you don't.
And that was like a million years ago.
But you will not drop it anymore. You promise?
I will not touch it anymore. I
Okay,
promise.
you can touch it, but don't drop it, please. Okay, guys, another 5 minutes, and then it's then we need to go to eat.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Can you modify a 390 to a dirt bike?
Yes, you can. What means dirt bike? Probably not a proper dirt bike, but you need to find some aftermarket longer forks, put some more more dirt tires, and that's a dirt bike. You can go a little bit more adventure tripping with this modified bike, but not like a motocross bike.
Okay, is the Akrapovic exhaust a good choice for the Pulsar 200?
It is, but there is no Akrapovic exhaust for the Pulsar. The one probably you are asking, it's a copy, it's a cheap Chinese copy, which doesn't give the same performance as the Akrapovic. So there is no, sorry guys, but there is no Akrapovic for Bajaj bikes. And I see a lot of Akrapovic copies on the market. I know it looks cool and it sounds good, but be careful, those exhausts doesn't have the same performance. Just as a reminder.
We have a question from Hathaki there. Do you have any special plans when we hit the 100k subscriber?
We are hitting it soon. We are like one day away from the 100,000. So guys, I need your help. I still don't have, you still didn't give me enough of cool ideas what we should do for the 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So again, drop some comments below after we finish this live stream. So I'm gonna read your ideas. Send me some DMs on my Instagram account, Rok Bagoros, and I'm gonna read. I need some cool ideas what I should do when we hit the 100,000 subscribers. It can be a trick with a bike. It can be something totally not related to the bike. You name it. Drop some comments below, and yeah, drop some ideas below. Okay,
do you have time for another question, or?
Let's do two more questions. Two more. One on the YouTube and one on my DM, and then we're done.
Ooh,
okay. The last one on the
Newcomb has a great idea for the 100k giveaway. He wants you to give away a Duke 390.
Sorry guys, this will not happen since I don't have bikes to give away. I would also like to have a bike, but I cannot give it away. Sorry guys. That's always a question on my DMs. Rok, can you give me your bike? Sorry guys, I will not give you the bike. I cannot give you. I am not Nicholas. How do you say Nicholas?
Santa.
I'm not a Santa Claus. I don't have so much money. I would love to give you, but I can't. Okay, one question on the DM. Okay, I'm a freestyle stunt rider from India. I perform local shows near by me in India with KTM.
I think that's more of a promotion.
Will you tag me on your picture? Send me your picture. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram story, and I'm gonna tag you. I try to support if I can. I know a lot of you gonna send me some pictures. I'm gonna tag 2 or 3, and I hope I could help a little bit. Okay, do we have a question here?
We got one. How did you guys meet?
How did we meet?
Yeah, that's an interesting one because we each have our own version for this one.
Okay, I was free. I had no shows in the middle of the summer, since this is the most busiest time for me when I have shows, and I was free, so it was a sports event local that I always like to go, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go and meet my friends and drink a beer, eat some cevapcici, local food, local barbecue, and I sat down. So my manager was there, my friends, and suddenly Mariana come with her friend Spela, and they sit down, and we know us for so many years, but I never spoke with her.
He ignored me.
I ignored her, I don't know why, but suddenly she sits in front of me, and yeah, I found her cute, and I start to talk with her. Yeah, I like girls that communicate, that are not just quiet and sit there and talk nothing. So she was like, really, you were motivated to talk. I don't know why, but so she eat with me, and I shared some barbecue.
Long story short, he bought me an ice cream, and that was it. I was sold.
I didn't know that she is so ice cream crazy, but I hit the right button.
Yeah.
So I asked her for ice cream later on, and for some coffee, and that's how it was, right?
So guys, if you want to hook up with the girl, just buy her ice cream or
Okay.
flowers.
That's a Maribi.
Very quick
How to get a girl tip.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
so guys, we're gonna end it here, and thanks for watching. And yeah, subscribe to my Instagram account, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, subscribe to Maribi's Instagram, Maribi Instagram, and yeah, thanks for watching,
Thanks for watching.
and give us some ideas how we can do the live stream next time better. See you next time. Until then, rock on.